Okay, so cream into the center of the hand. Now, hands together, twist and spread. Okay, so it's nice and even on both sides. So hands together, twist and spread. And the first thing that we're doing is we're just going to spread that cream all over the client's hands and arm up to the fingertips. Okay, just going to take a little bit of excess cream off. Right, so the idea is that you always support the client's wrist. Okay, so you never just drop the client's wrist, and you always remain contact with the skin whilst you're doing the treatment. Okay, so we're going to use a couple of different massage techniques, and we'll go through those afterwards, but the main ones that we will use is effleurage, which is the stroking movement that we start and finish with, petrissage, which is the deeper kneading massage techniques that we'll use throughout. Okay, so as we go through, we'll talk about those different massage techniques afterwards. Okay, so supporting the client's wrist, we're going on the outside first, and we're going to do effleurage from the wrist up to the elbow, fingers first. So we're going to do this 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the inside. 1, 2, 3, fingers first. 4, 5, 6, back to the wrist. Okay, now the second part, we're going to divide the lower arm into as many sections as we can get, and I can get 4 sections out of my client's lower arm. Okay, and what we're doing, we're going to use both hands in each section. So for example, we're going section 1, we've used both hands and we come back down to the wrist. Section 2, we're using both hands and we're coming back to the wrist. Section 3, back to the wrist. Section 4, back to the wrist. Again, section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, back to the wrist. And again, section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, and last time, section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, and back to the wrist. Okay, supporting the wrist, we're going to circle, petrissage, over those bones in the wrist. Now remember, there's a lot of bones in the wrist, so we're going to massage big circles over the wrist. Okay, now going from the wrist to the knuckle, we've got 5 bones here. So from the wrist to the knuckle, we're going to circle using our thumb, and we're going back to the wrist. So we're circling down and we're going back to the wrist. Middle finger, index finger and thumb. And then you're going to glide back over to the little finger and collect the little finger. We're going outside, top and inside. Collect the next finger. Outside, top, inside and collect. So just watch. We're using our thumb and we're circling outside, top, inside and hooking the ring finger. Outside, top, inside and we're hooking the middle finger. Outside, top, inside, hook the index finger, outside, top, inside, and collect the thumb. Now remember, we're supporting the wrist at all times. Outside, top, inside, and we're going to glide over and collect the little finger again. Okay, this time, remember the knuckle is a joint, so we're going to rotate each finger through the joint clockwise and anti-clockwise. Okay, so ready. 1, 2, 3, back. 1, 2, 3. Next one. 1, 2, 3, back. 1, 2, 3. Collect the middle. 1, 2, 3, back. 1, 2, 3. And collect the next finger. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Collect the next finger. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And this time we're going to link the fingers together. Okay, we're supporting the wrist and we're linking our hands with our client's hands, okay? And we're going to rotate the wrist. 1, 2, 3, and back again. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to turn the client's hand over. Okay, so now we've got the palm of the hand, and what we're going to do, we're going to go from the top to the bottom, and we're going to do big circles. Okay, so we're going from the top, lots of pressure, big circles from the top to the bottom. So that's 1, and we're going again down, so big circles all over the palm of the hand. 2, and last one, 3, and back to the top. Okay, and the next one we're going to do, still on the palm, but we're going to scissor. So instead of doing circles this time, we're going straight across, okay, from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top, and we're scissoring. So we're just moving our thumbs together. So top to bottom is 1. Top to bottom, 2. Top to bottom, 3, and turn your client's hand back over. So to finish off, we're going to effleurage again up the outside. 1, 2, 3, and on the inside. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going right down to the tip of the fingers and release. Okay, so that's the end of the massage. So what you would do, you would massage the second hand before you do the next stage. Okay, so what I'm just going to do is just going to dab my client's arm just to take any excess cream off. Some clients, they don't like to feel too greasy, but other clients, they do like to have some massage cream on their skin so it feels nice and soft. Okay, so the next thing, the last part, is the nail polish. So what we've got to do first, now remember we've just had massage cream here, so the nails are a little bit greasy at the moment. So we get our tissue, we get our cotton wool. We do the same process as we did right at the start of the treatment. So two lots of nail polish remover. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go straight back over the nails like we did before. So we're going to rock, press, rock and pull. So press, rock, pull, press, rock, pull, press, rock, pull, and press, rock, and pull. Okay. Right, so we're ready now for the nail polish. Now I've already had a chat with my client, and my client's already chosen her colour. So what we do now, we've got 3 things that we need to do. So the first thing we need to do is base coat, okay? And base coat is used because it protects the nail from any staining from the nail polish colour. Okay, so that's first. Then we choose the colour. We do 2 layers of the colour, but we need to remember to let the first coat dry before we start applying second and third coat. So base coat, let it dry. Colour, 1 coat, let that dry. Second coat, let that dry. And then top coat just to seal it off and stop any chipping and help it to last a little bit longer. So the idea is 3 strokes, 3 strokes only. And the idea of 3 strokes is that you're in control, and hopefully you don't go over the edges. Now with the nail polish, I would suggest trying to keep the pot in your hand as you go along, rather than it being left on the side and there could be a chance of it being knocked over, or you've got to keep going backwards and forwards. Okay, so if you can, try and get into the habit of keeping the bottle with you at all times. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the nail. So we're going to do 3 strokes, 3 strokes only. So we start in the middle, we go down towards the cuticle, that's 1 stroke. We go around for the second stroke, and then straight up for the third stroke. Okay, so collect the second finger. Just move it along a bit. Okay, so I should still have enough on here. So middle to cuticle, round for the third one, and then straight up for the second one. Okay, so this is the base coat to start with. So I'm just going to carry on and do the rest of them. So by the time I get back to the first one, hopefully the first one has dried off, and then I can show you just the colour application. Okay, so that's the base coat. So my client's already chosen her colour, and she's chosen this lovely pinky colour. So what I'll show you is just the application of this pinky colour, just with the 3 stroke process. Okay, so remember, holding your pot in your hand. Now try and get enough polish on your actual, try and get enough colour on your actual brush so you don't have to keep dipping back into the bottle. So supporting the client's finger, we're going down to the middle and up, round to the right, and then round to the left. Okay, so that's 1 coat. So I'll let that dry. I'll carry on with the next ones, and then I'll come back and I'll do a second coat on the nails once they've all dried.